encroaching upon us, and we don't have 40 or 50 slaves out in the field. We might have one or two. So, sir, what are you going to fight this war for? Here in these mountains, or are you sure you're going to side with the South? You don't have slaves. Are you going to fight in this war, sir?
Sure.
And you're going to fight for the South?
Yeah.
And what are you fighting for? Your home, your land, your children? Against the war of the northern aggression? Is the North aggressing on you, sir? No. Well, let me compare that. Let me come into its modern day. America is in a war today. Raise your hand, please, if you can explain to me what that war is about. Terrorism? Anybody got any other ideas? Oil? Well, you don't think the same things? There's actually maybe more than one reason why this war is going on? It was exactly the same in America in 1861. Many different reasons to fight. And in these mountains, yeah, people fought for the South, but they weren't fighting to keep their slaves, they were fighting for their home. But you know what was more prevalent in this area? Not Southerners. Northern persuasion. This little man right here, you were for the North, were you not, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You know what you'd be doing right now? You didn't have any Northern armies gathering here, but you were loyal to the President and to the Union. You're going to go right through that gap right there, and you're going to hightail it as fast as you can to the nearest Northern camp where you can learn to be a soldier, and you're going to defend the Union. And if you come back and you have a neighbor right like this right here, he's a traitor. And you may very well just want to hang him. And sir, you definitely want to hang him. Is that thousands of soldiers on this mountain? You can still see on that mountain today, if you walk up on the hill, you'll see an old road bed coming off the mountain on this side of the gap. You'll all of a sudden see a flat place on the side of the mountain, then it'll drop down in another flat place. And there'll be stacks of rock. And each one of those was a tent. A tent where soldiers stayed and froze and starved. And when they got hungry enough, they sent them out into these valleys where women were waiting for the worst that could happen. And one of the worst things that could happen was for these foraging armies to come upon you and say, I have soldiers, ma'am, and it's your duty to give me what you've got. All the food you've got, anything you've got that they need to survive to defend this country. They come in, took what they wanted. Sometimes you got paid and maybe sometimes you didn't. And they came back up here and you were left. Left. No food. What are you going to do, ladies?